Ukraine forces have now driven the Russian 810th Marine Brigade to a retreat, and they have captured their commander. Telegrams have been coming out that Russian troops are retreating west of the Seym River. Now, we don't know if it's because Russia is losing that region or they are just holding back for more reinforcements. If you do a quick comparison of Ukraine gains on August 8th, like let's say the village of Kornevo, to today's, you could see that Ukraine forces have definitely been taking lands further west, like they took Kornevo, Synagost, and Viktorovka. But now there are unofficial reports that there have been some Ukrainian troops surrendering in Kursk. Right now, the number is about 24. But it does look like out of the next 700 square kilometers that Ukraine is about to claim, they have already taken about 450 of those, meaning that Ukraine controls roughly now about 1,550 square kilometers of Russian territory. If you saw yesterday's post, I mentioned how Ukraine forces have cut off supply lines into the entire Kursk region. There are 700 Russian troops surrounded in this region that hopefully will surrender. And out of the 2,000 Russian prisoners that surrendered to Ukraine forces, a lot of them are saying that they chose to surrender to the AFU to avoid being killed by the Chechens. Stories are circulating that Putin is using Chechen forces led by Kadyrov to intimidate and even shoot Russian soldiers who want to surrender or don't want to fight. Aside from conventional warfare, Ukraine cyber specialists have launched a massive cyber attack on Russian nuclear facilities. And this wasn't an attack on any nuclear power plants, it was actually an attack on nuclear research and nuclear weapons development. Ukraine cyber specialists also found a lot of data on how Russia was skirting a lot of international sanctions. Amidst all this progress, the UK is denying Ukraine the use of their Storm Shadow cruise missiles, which is something they need. Biden has said he's considering giving Zelensky access to US cruise missiles, but so far nothing's set in stone. And the Italian ambassador has been called to Moscow because of 2 Italian reporters who went into Kursk to report what was going on. Now the Kremlin is conducting a criminal investigation against these 2 Italian journalists. We'll see what their fate will be. The fact that Russian leadership was so mortified to find 2 international journalists documenting what's actually going on suggests that maybe Russia doesn't have the best grasp on what's happening. I need you to stop and think with me for a few seconds. While Ukraine has been making unprecedented gains in Russia has been making very fast and steady gains in Ukraine. But there have been no official or unofficial reports on Telegram or any other outlet about Ukraine using these F-16s. If Russia has been advancing significantly in Ukraine, why are these F-16s not deployed as we speak? Ukraine forces have also destroyed a lot of Russian air defense in the Kursk region. Why are F-16s not there? My opinion, and I can be wrong, is that Russian troops are being lured further into Ukraine and then the hammer is going to drop on them. For those of you who want to see the stats of Russian losses, this is from the Kyiv Independent. Russia under Putin is like watching someone play Civilization and make every wrong decision. Killa nailed it. My name is the Geo Husar, and when do you think we're going to see Ukraine using those F-16 jets? Thanks for watching.